So now let's take a deep dive into your client page. So in left navigation, we're going to click on the person icon, and then this will bring us to where all of your client profiles will live. So as your list of clients grows, if you need to search for a client, you can use the search bar and just type in the name and it will pop up for you. You'll also notice that the default view is active. So all of your currently active clients will show up. However, if you want to see any of your inactive, or if you want to see all of them together, you can switch that view. Now, let's say that a client graduates from a program or leaves your service and you want to make them inactive. All you have to do is click the toggle button under the status column, and that will deactivate them. However, if they decide to come back, if we go to inactive, we can click that toggle again and it will bring them right back to active. So on this page, we can see a few pieces of key information. So obviously the client name, their current status, how many plans they have coming up, their last plan that has been scheduled, and then or is up in the queue, and then also the last time they left a comment. So you also have this action button here, so you can edit a client. We'll come back to that a little bit later. So let's say you get a new client, congratulations. Now let's add a client by clicking that button, and we're gonna add them here. Let's add Sheldon Cooper here. We're gonna add a phone number. Now keep in mind, all of this information is optional. Well, you're gonna have a first name. The rest of it's optional. And then in client notes, this is only for your eyes. So you can put whatever you need here. And then once you're ready, click create client. And then it will take you to your client's dashboard. Now, this is only for you. So again, this is not something that your client can see, but you will assign any plans that you want to your client. And then when you feel like you're ready, you can send your client their account information. And you can do that in two different ways. So first of all, you can click send client their account, in which case our pre-designed email will send them this URL link. Or alternatively, if you want to do it within your own system, then you can copy this link and send it to them however you would like. If you need to update their details, click update personal details. You can obviously change their name, phone number, email address, and add any additional notes. Click save personal details when you're done. Let's actually go to a client account that has information. Let's go into Lori. So let me go back here. So I can click on the name or the edit button. Either way, it takes me to the same space. We will revisit past performance, but you'll see here that we have 4 different tabs. We have drafts, upcoming, published, skipped, and completed. So draft plans are ones that are still in progress. They're something that you're still tinkering with, but they have not been officially assigned to this client yet. So they do not show up in their queue. Right? Upcoming, published, right, are all of their plans that have been officially assigned. So starting from the very top, that is their next plan, and then going all the way down. Now, when you assign a lot of plans, you may see that you have this pagination, so you can click through the different pages to find a plan, or you can click see all, and it will bring all the plans onto one page. Or you can also search. So whichever tab here has been selected, this search bar will search for that. So if I type in upper, oh, there we go, right? It searches for any plans that have the word upper in it. Okay. And then skipped are plans that a client has not completed. They decided to literally skip it. And then we have complete. Now, complete plans are ones that your clients have completed. And so we'll see the date that it was completed. And then something that's kind of neat is we can click edit plan. And then if we go to view as client, we can see any results that they would have put in here. Whoops, go back to completed. So let's say, for example, that you created a plan that you want to repeat for a client. So for example, let's say we wanted to redo this client check-in. We can click that checkbox and you'll see this icon kind of turns a little bit brighter, and we can hit copy. Hit OK. And then that gets moved to drafts. And you see client check-in. So from here, you can rename it, right? Easily enough. You can add additional copies. So I can click, again, the checkbox and hit copy, because maybe this is something I want to schedule every week, right? So maybe the client's plan is, a 4-week plan. So I can hit copy again. Now I have enough for the month. If I click all of those, and then I'm going to hit this button here, change status to upcoming. Click OK, and you'll see it disappears from drafts, and now those will be added to upcoming published, and they will be added to the bottom of the list, right? So then what you would do is you would click, and you can rearrange by clicking and dragging these wherever you would like. So you can reorganize your queue. Let me go back to show pagination here. Here we go. So for your clients, let me show out of that there. So I'm going to copy that link. And then what this allows you to do is actually go in from your client's perspective to see what it looks like. Give it a second to load, right? And then it will only load up to 6 plans at a time. The rest are there. It's only going to show up to 6 though. Now, keep in mind that QuickCoach does not include a calendar. We use as an upcoming basis, or what comes next basis. So if we look here, right, it goes based on what comes next, right? So instead of scheduling things, and life is kind of hectic, right? Sometimes we have to skip things. So it's just easier to go from a what comes next basis. And so again, you can go in here and you can rearrange, and it will show up on their end, and it will just tell them, whenever you are doing the next, whenever you're ready to work out or do this plan, then it will just say next plan. There's no additional thinking on their part, which is fantastic. All right, so now let's take a look. You can also add a plan. So if you wanted to just you know that you want to create a plan specifically for this client. All right, we can name it, get started on it, and then we can either save it as a draft or publish straight to her plan. Either way, so save as draft, right? And then it will land here. And again, I can go in and click edit plan, or I can delete it, or I can print it. All right, so now we'll come back to that up there as well. So if we scroll a little bit further down, we're going to see client comments highlighted here. So when a client completes a plan, they'll have the opportunity to provide you with feedback. So they have the option to leave a written piece of feedback, or they can leave an audio note, and the audio note can be as long as they'd like. You also can toggle the survey feedback. So those questions that you have pre-designed in your account settings, they are asked these questions at the end of their plan, and then they respond with an emoticon. So you can see their answer. So we see what plan it was associated with, the date and the time, and we can see their answers. Now keep in mind, the more plans that they complete, you may have to change pages, right, to be able to access everything, but they are all there. All right, now let's go to the past performance, because that's the fun one, right? So past performance, because we have to be able to track and see how our clients are progressing, right? So in order to make past performance work, there are 2 key things that need to happen, okay? So in order for past performance to be tracked, the first most important thing is that the task has to be added to your task library. If it does not get added to your task library, it will not be tracked, and it only tracks things going forward. It does not retroactively track things. The second thing, which hopefully seems a little bit obvious, is that the client has to complete the plan in order for the information to be tracked, right? So under this client's account, I can see all of the tasks that are tracking, right? I can see the name of the task, the last time it was performed, and the last result. Now I can dig a little bit deeper. So maybe I want to check their weight progression here. If I go to actions, this little graph icon, right, I can see their first submission and their last submission, and I will be able to see the date, their results, and then what plan it was associated with. So let's actually go back and see if I have. Here we go. More information here, right? So we see first and then last, the different dates, results, and whatever plan it was associated with, because the squat can be part of several plans. And so we can even dive a little bit deeper by clicking on the dumbbell icon, and we can see any additional context, whatever notes they may have added, the other exercises or tasks that were added. So it just provides a little bit more information. we go back, and then that is all for your client page. There is one more thing I forgot to mention. So I did show you how to see your client's account from their perspective. So if we copy this link and we paste it into your browser, as I mentioned, you are able to see their plans and in what order, but you can also go in and complete it for them. So if we go to next plan and click on whichever plan that we want to input data for, we can see the details, and then we can put in the results for them and then finish plan. So that way you can put it in for them. So if you are working with them in person and you didn't want to share the account details with them and you just wanted to use it for yourself, this is how you would do it.